Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be installing the OutEquip Model Summit 2 rooftop air conditioner on the 2000 Chevy Express. Here's everything it comes with. Obviously the roof unit, the vent system, the surround for the vents, and all the hardware and seals that you need to put it in there. And then just a bag of extra vent zip ties and other stuff. Extra stuff for installation. We got all the mounting hardware as well. Got our instructions on how to use it, the remote, and all the seals. So on this unit, I'm going to be running the power cord through the actual duct on the bottom side. So we'll go ahead and get this flipped over and start doing that. Okay, and for this install, we'll be using option 2 for the power cable routing, and that is through the air duct. So first you're going to remove, there's 12 bolts all the way around the outside of the unit. Look like these. There's 12 of them. I've already removed them for the video. And then that allows this whole top cover to lift off. So once you remove those 12 bolts around the outside, the top cover just lifts directly off, going straight up. And then you have 9 screws holding down the duct cover. And then you just unscrew those, and then that duct piece also lifts directly up. And then once you have that removed, you have access to the duct that will be going down into the van or RV. And then the power cord comes out the back. And you can see it's got a cutout here, so you can run it through this and then run the cable up around and through down into the duct, so you can run it to wherever your power source is inside your vehicle. Okay, and now you can see power cord is ran back into the unit, and it comes up and over and then through the duct. And then once we put that foam cover back on, this will come through right here. So I'll get that put on and show you guys how that looks. Okay, so this is how the wire runs. You can see it runs around the compressor there, and then goes into the side where these pipes are going in, leads in, comes out the vent. So then you just reinstall all your screws around that vent and you're good to go. Then reinstall your top cover, and that's also got a cutout in the back here for your wires back here to fit through. Yeah, so just get that put back on, and then all those screws tighten up. And then you're ready to start cutting the hole in the roof of your van or RV. Or if you already have a pre-existing 14-inch by 14-inch hole, then you're good to go. Okay, got all the screws back in to hold down the cover all the way around. Got the wire ran. And that is now coming out of the vent. So as you can see, very easy. Very clean setup. Then you don't have to drill any extra holes in the roof to run the power cable through a separate hole in the roof. You can run it all through the 14 by 14 that you cut in the roof. Okay, so here we are in the van. I took down the ceiling panel from up here because this is where it's going. I got it all marked out for a 14 by 9 hole. I drilled my first hole, and now I'm going to use the jigsaw and cut that hole out, and then we will get the unit on. Okay, the hole in the ceiling is cut. I did a 14 by 9 because that's the minimum size required, and I didn't already have a hole there, so I'd rather do the 14 by 9 than the 14 by 14. And I ended up using these Sawzall because it was easier than the jigsaw. Now I'll get the unit up on the roof and mock up how it's going to fit in there and see how that goes. Okay, now I've got the unit set into place, and we are test fitting to make sure that it fits in the hole good and everything. which it does. So now we're gonna go up on top and seal everything up and get it bolted in. Okay, here we are on the roof. Got the gasket on and had to cut it obviously because I did a smaller than I did the 14x9 hole instead of the 14x14 hole. I added sealant all the way around it and then used my finger to just smooth it out and make sure I got into every little crease and crevice. Did the inside as well, and then did where I had to cut the gasket on each side. And I used the Sikaflex 291. So should seal up pretty good. I've had good luck with that in the past. So just gonna put this unit back in now, get it bolted on, and then we're pretty much done. And just like that, here it is on the inside. Got it all set up in there, bolted in and everything on top of the van. And then you can see I ran my power cord down. It's gonna go down in that pillar, and then I can't hook it up to my batteries yet because my battery bank is under the van and the cords are not long enough, so I'm gonna have to get some longer cabling. But yeah, that's the setup so far. I'll grab a battery and hook it up and we can test and see how it works. Alright guys, and just like that, we are done with the installation of the OutEquip Summit 2. It's a 12 volt, 10,000 BTU system. Right now we got it running at full speed on its coldest setting, and it's putting out 51 degrees Fahrenheit air. As you can hear, we're talking normal level, and it's so quiet you can hear me perfectly. That's it inside the van, and that's how it looks up on the roof. Big thanks to OutEquip for sending this out, and I hope you guys have as good of luck with it as I do, because this thing is sweet. It's gonna cool this down, no problem.